Hello, my dear audience. It's been a while. Um, I saw the greatest news today. You in UFO Twitter there could be. As you know, I visited San Marino last year, where people were working tirelessly on developing Project Titan. Among them, of course, Mr. Lou Elizondo, but also people very much involved, or even the Italian part of ICER. And I had the privilege of talking to one of their main people last year. His name is Mr. Paolo Guizzardi. I hope I am pronouncing that somehow correctly. So when I saw this great news today, where the San Marino Parliament approved Project Titan to become, and of course this has a lot of meaning because now it's going to be something that can and will be discussed in the United Nations. Of course, I need to hear everything about it, so I decided to text Mr. Guizzardi if he was willing to jump on spontaneously and celebrate with me and you, my audience, this great development. So without further ado, the man of the hour, Mr. Paolo Guizzardi. Buongiorno.
Buongiorno, Max. Well, you should better say buonasera because it's evening.
Buonasera.
Nice to be with you again.
Yeah. So the second time you're on my show, and every time you're on my show, there's huge things going on. So let's jump right to the developments of maybe these last couple of hours. The San Marino Parliament approved Titan. Please, sir, take it away and tell us all about it.
Yes, to put it very simply, what happened is that San Marino approved the San Marino Parliament approved the popular petition called Istanza d'Arengo. This is a popular petition that ICER and Kuhn have prepared and developed. So, of course, because we noted that in San Marino there were a good number of citizens who were interested in the project, because this was a petition which was submitted and of course signed by San Marino citizens. It could not have been otherwise. So, I mean, this is an ICER and Kuhn initiative. I am the creator and manager of this. This is not my own business. I want to stress this. I am managing this on behalf of ICER and of the Centro Ufologico Nazionale, CUN, or Kuhn, as we say in Italy. So this is a great achievement for ufology in general, but mostly for ICER and the Centro Ufologico Nazionale. I am just the one who tried to put into practice the wish of Roberto Pinotti, the old wish of Roberto Pinotti, who wanted to invite San Marino to do some kind of action at the United Nations, because he knew San Marino for his own personal reasons, and he knew that San Marino was the ideal place for this kind of initiative, mostly because San Marino is a neutral country, something which is extremely important in this kind of initiative. So Roberto Pinotti many years ago conceived this idea of bringing the subject of UFOs back to the United Nations, taking back the baton from the initiative of 1978 initiative of Grenada. So he wanted to revive, Roberto Pinotti wanted to revive the true spirit of Sir Eric Gairy's initiative. And he wanted to do this because he knew San Marino, as I said, for his own personal reasons, and he knew that it was the perfect place for such an initiative. So I am the one.
One yes, question. What was Sir Eric's wish? Sir Eric.
Sir Eric's wish was that the subject of UFOs, given its enormous importance for the whole humanity, would be considered by the Terrestrial Humanity Highest Council, that is the United Nations. This was Sir Eric Gairy's wish, which unfortunately was not achieved, or at least was just very partially achieved. But in any case, this is the wish that Roberto made his own and wanted to uh, revive as I said, the true spirit of Sir Gary's initiative. So I am the one simply who tried to turn this wish into reality, and fortunately I managed. But again, I want to stress this is not my own business. I am the creator of this project, and I'm running this on behalf of ICER and Centro Ufologico Nazionale. So in any case, this project, the participation into this project has been tonight approved by the San Marino Parliament. According to this, thanks. According to this, the Parliament then will issue a decree which will bind the San Marino government to enact what is written into the popular petition which was approved. That is that San Marino asks the United Nations the creation of a UN specialized office tasked with the preparation of a UN World Conference on UFO studies, on the UFO phenomenon studies, to be prepared by this new office and held in San Marino by care of San Marino.
Wow. So San Marino will take the initiative on behalf of the United Nations, or
no, not on behalf. No, it will take this initiative according to the Project Titan plan, and will submit a request to the United Nations.
It's a request submitted by San Marino.
Yes, it will be a request under the form. It will take very likely the form of a resolution or decision, like it happened with Grenada in the 70s.
Right.
But this is not anything on behalf of. It's San Marino who, which will go to the United Nations Secretary General Office and submit this proposal. You know, when you have assemblies, normally assemblies are made generally to discuss proposals and things like that. And the UN General Assembly is no different, I mean, from any other kind of, how can I say, reunion or assembly of this kind.
Right, like minds. Of course, I was in San Marino covering the birth of Project Titan last year. That's where I met you, sir. Yeah, it's almost exactly a year since I was there that now you actually got what you were pushing for. So
it was mid-September, Max.
Yeah, it was mid-September. I remember. So now we're in January, so it's about a year and a month or three. Mm-hmm. So it is much more quicker than I thought it would ever occur. What do you think, or can you explain to me how you so quickly and successfully got this through San Marino Parliament?
Well, the good choice was because, you know, when we met in San Marino in mid-September, we tried an initial approach to propose this Project Titan to San Marino's authorities. That of the method that we used was that of direct approach with a member of the government, like Roberto Pinotti did many times many years ago, because Roberto Pinotti, as I told you, he knew San Marino for personal reasons since long, and he personally tried to convince San Marino speaking with ministers of the Republic to do some kind of UFO action at the United Nations, but to
Yeah.
no avail, because it's more or less what happened with the Grenada initiative of the 70s. Basically, the times were not ready. Were not ready at all. So what happened in Grenada in the 70s happened to Roberto Pinotti in the 80s.
Right.
Nowadays, times are changing, like Bob Dylan song
I was going to say that.
many
Yeah.
years ago. Yes, exactly. So now this is, how can I say, this is what. So in any case, what I wanted to say is that we tried first this direct approach, but it did not work, because after more than 6 months that we had no reply whatsoever from San Marino authorities, we said that, you know, scratching your head and said, we must find a different kind of approach if we want to be successful, if we want to have any chance of success. So I, like we say in Italy, I did my sleeve. I took my sleeves up and then started to do some research and see what other way was possible to use to propose participation in Project Titan to San Marino authorities.
Right.
So after some research, I found this Istanza d'Arengo popular petition, which is something which must be submitted. It's a popular petition, which of course has to be submitted by citizens of San Marino only.
Aha.
It was possible to go this
Can I
way.
ask you something? Can I ask you something?
Yes.
Did you do a referendum?
Where in San Marino, you mean?
Yeah.
No,
Oh, okay.
no, not at all. No. I mean, that could have been a possibility, but I mean, it was out of our practical possibilities. I mean, in any case, so I started doing some research, and I found this ancient institution of the Istanza d'Arengo, which is a very, very ancient institution. So, considering that we had had a number of manifestations of interest from San Marino citizens. So we said, okay, then if we have a base in San Marino if we have a base of San Marinese citizens who are interested and can sign this petition, then maybe this is the way to go.
Right.
And then it turned out that it was the good way indeed, because then I wrote down one Istanza d'Arengo petition, very detailed, detailing everything, and blah 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 blah, including also a basic text for the UN resolution and a basic text for the concept paper, a document which has to be circulated through the UN national representatives in order to inform them and explain to them the reason of the initiative and so on. Because of course, if you propose something, it's better to inform everyone beforehand of what you are proposing, so that when the time of the voting comes, then everyone is properly informed. Right. So in any case, so the timing is dictated by the law, because there is a specific San Marinese law which regulates this institution of the Istanza d'Arengo. So it was submitted, the Istanza was the Istanza d'Arengo, which I have prepared, asking that San Marino takes part into Project Titan, was submitted on October the 2nd, and 15 days later it was approved. I mean, the heads of state, called the Capitani Reggenti, cleared the istanza for discussion in Parliament 15 days after, on the 17th of October. And
Wow.
the law mandates that this discussion, this istanza d'Arengo, it's not should, must be discussed within the month of March
Wow.
2023. So,
Wow.
and this is what they made. So they put in the agenda the discussion of Istanza d'Arengo, and they managed to discuss these popular petition in tonight session. So this is why, I mean, so this is, the once presented the Istanza d'Arengo, then it's the law, regulating law, which dictates the timing. So when we submitted it on October the 2nd, we knew that it had to be discussed by the Parliament within March.
Wow. Did you encounter any resistance?
From where, you mean?
Well, within the parliament, maybe?
Well, I don't know about. I really do not know about. I mean, you know what, Max? These days, I'm really busy for personal reasons. I mean, I'm retiring these very days, and in these very days, I'm relocating to Italy. So my house, my apartment, which was once cozy and nice, has turned into a battlefield really today,
I guess
because
so.
I'm I'm in the middle of the relocation. So I mean, I was unfortunately I could not follow the developments as attentively as I would have liked. But in any case, I managed to do this. So for this I could not follow the parliamentary debate. I only found I only have seen the resume, how do you say in English? I don't remember the commentary on this session
Right.
on the website of the Sammarinese television, where it says that there was a lot of curiosity in the debate. There was curiosity, a lot of interest. It doesn't mention any negative reaction, and it says that the motion was approved by a majority vote.
I
So
guess.
this is what it says.
Well,
But
of course, it has to be approved by a majority vote, I guess. But
mm-mm.
so, well, the San Marinese Parliament must have noticed last year that there was a huge event going on,
Also,
international event, and
yes.
that something was happening, right?
hmm Also, Max, I had created in this September an initiative, a sort of popular international petition, which was accessible to anyone in the world connected to the internet, which gave the possibility to anyone to send a message to the San Marinese authorities, asking
Yes,
that they approve San Marino's participation into Project Titan. So, and this resulted in 500 messages sent from 45 countries of the world
I know who
to
those people are. Those are
San.
the owls
Yeah.
of disclosure.
Exactly. So, I
Yeah.
mean, there was this kind of preparation. But in any case, just to answer your question, no, I am not, repeat, not aware of any oppositions.
Okay. So, could you maybe, of course, Mr. Lou Elizondo was there last year and
hmm
gave some great speeches explaining how Project Titan goes into work, the pillars, so the system of the pillars, etc. Did that strategy contribute to the success you have on this hour?
I suppose, yes. I cannot say it directly had an influence, but I think it has had an indirect influence for sure.
Okay.
Because there is not these are very complicated matters. There's not just one single event, not one single person, not one single event which can contribute to how can I say, to change the destiny of an initiative. So
It's a
very likely,
wave. It's a
yes,
wave. Of course, it's a
indeed,
wave.
indeed.
It's a wave that has been going on for a long time. Some very dedicated people, of course, working very, very hard. Um, but like you, sir, of course, you got your hands dirty and look what happened. But of course, did you already get a message from Mr. Elizondo on this incredible?
Yes,
Uh,
yes, we spoke. He called me 15 minutes from after the news went on. So we already discussed, and he said that he will do whatever is in his capabilities to help the project and this. And
well,
also, but there is one point, Max, that I would like to stress.
of course,
This is
sir.
something very important for ufology in general, for the study of the UFO phenomenon, and maybe for the whole humanity
Oh,
at large, so to speak. But also, I really hope that this will also facilitate a climate of cooperation between the world states to counter this actual tendency to confrontation, which is unfortunately so strong these days. And I
yeah.
really, apart ufology in itself, which is of course a major achievement, but I really hope and wish that this would also help improve the how can I say would further a climate of reapproachment between the states, the world's states, because unfortunately we are assisting to how can I say very tense relations between many states of the world, and I really hope that this initiative could also help to do something to contrast this negative tendency which is so strong today.
Yes. Yeah. Maybe this will build some bridges, and create some brotherhood between nations and people. Um,
Sorry,
well,
sorry.
I hope this will build some bridges and
Yes,
create
indeed,
some brotherhood
indeed.
between nations and people, because we have a common goal, which is
hmm
to investigate what the hell is going on up
Yes,
there.
exactly, exactly.
So, if this is going to be addressed to the UN, uh, what would be the first thing you would like to achieve, or personally?
The project is rather clear. I mean, is the creation of an office which would prepare a UN World Conference to take stock of the studies or scientific studies on the UFO phenomenon. So this
Yeah.
is what I really would like to do. I mean, what personally, my main wish, ufological wish, is that finally the subject of UFO the subject of UFO UAP research is considered internationally at the scientific at is considered at the scientific level and internationally. So my wish is to further an action of how can I say cooperation of the world states in the study of a phenomenon which, for sure, is of interest for every country.
Yes. So an international collective studying,
Effort.
researching yeah, effort
Exactly.
to figure out what
Hmm.
we're facing over here.
Mm-mm.
So of course there's huge developments going on in the United States. Also partly because of the efforts of Mr. Mellon, Mr. Elizondo, um, many more people. We have the Galileo project going on, scientists pulling their weight
NASA,
finally.
NASA
Yes,
also.
NASA.
Hmm.
Yes, NASA. So things are moving quickly, very quickly, because if I recapitulate the last, say, 2 years, there has been a huge paradigm shift on, let's say, creating awareness,
Hmm.
not just among people, but also among politicians, scientists. Also, this created a lot of, let's say, animosity. I guess there was a lot of resistance from some angles, let's say. But I think, oh,
No, sorry. Okay, no problem.
the, yeah, okay. So, but it looks like we're overcoming this, and even the biggest critics are now more open to just listen to whatever others have to say about this.
Mm-mm.
What do you think about that? What do you think about that development?
But you know what, Max? I think that, as I told before, citing Bob Dylan, times are indeed changing, and the paradigms shift is really happening or has already happened. Now, once that the dam has fallen down, now everything will come, how can I say, almost automatically. Once that the subject of UFOs, of the UFO phenomenon, I prefer to say,
For
is
sure.
taking seriously, then once that um, someone important has started to take it seriously, then there is a sort of chain effect which happen. And this is exactly what is happening right now. I mean, it has been the subject of UFO phenomenon started has been started to being, sorry, my English is a bit
It's late, I
confounded
know. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
at this late hours. In any case, now that the UFO phenomenon is taken seriously, after that someone has started to take it seriously, like it happened in 2017, in December 2017, then it's a chain effect, and I see that we can only expect to see more important things happen from now.
Yeah. Um, so, are you following current events on UAP, the latest sightings and um, oh, well, hold on, I got a message from someone we both know. Hold on.
Hmm.
Uh, all right. Okay. So, yeah. Do you are you following the current events, the latest sightings, and people are starting to share much more, but it's all kind of, there's no central way on, centralized way to stack up all these events, sightings,
Yes,
findings, etc.
everything is dispersed.
Everything is dispersed. Thank you. Your English is better than mine at this
At
hour.
this time of the day.
Yeah, yeah. So it's dispersed. Is that one of the goals of this group effort, or this collective effort to get this to be discussable, and setting up this
Yes.
scientific way of looking at it. Sorry.
It could very well be. I mean, the important, you know what, Max? I think that the important is to start to get the ball rolling. Once
Yeah.
that you start, that you get the ball rolling, then other, it's always like this. In any kind of initiative needs someone who takes the starts and has the ball rolling. Then others look and see, why not? Okay, we can go, we can go. But I mean, if no one starts, nothing is going to ever happen. This is the matter. What I mean, the kind of cooperative international effort in the field of UFO phenomenon, in the field of the UFO phenomenon study, is something that could really lead with time. Of course, is not. I understand is not going to be anything overnight like this. Could really bring to some sort of centralized. How don't know how to call it, a sort of centralized scientific
Collective, internationally.
internationally acknowledged the scientific pole for the study of the UFO phenomenon. I mean, now I'm just speculating rather widely, so I mean it's nothing. But I
Well,
mean, it is important to that someone starts this, and then once that you have started, maybe things can happen, because nowadays I suppose that at the next UN General Assembly, a lot of national representatives of various UN countries will raise their eyebrow and say, what is this? What is this about? But once that you start, once that someone has already started speaking seriously, taking the subject seriously, then it's going to be a different story than the 70s of the Grenada Initiative. I mean,
yeah.
now times have really changed. They must change quite a lot, but I mean, there was a great amount of progress already done.
Now, Mr. Guizzardi, allow me to ask you this question. Of course, ICER is very much internationally involved with people from all kinds of parts of the world who are excited and driven to cover whatever is going on. But did you get any UN support or international support to push this through your own San Marino Parliament to make sure this will eventually end up in the United Nations? Did you get some help? Is my question.
I got help, you mean, from the San Marino Parliament?
And maybe some international friends who are involved with the United Nations, maybe, or some other countries.
Well, I can say we have a person in San Marino who is an old politician, who is a supporter of the project, who was very, very important in developing this action, and also.
Can you name this person?
Sorry.
Can you name this person?
Yes, he's Mr. Augusto Casali. He is an old-time politician of San Marino, and he is a supporter of the project. He is the one who made possible the UFO symposia held by the Centro Ufologico Nazionale in San Marino since more than 30 years. We owe to him the fact that it was possible to start this lucky series of symposia, because he believed in Roberto Pinotti, in his capacity of organization and his seriousness as a researcher, and he still nowadays, Mr. Casali is still interested in this subject of UFOs, and was very happy to contribute to the effort of Project Titan.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
also, of course, within ICER, I had a good amount of help concerning the UN-related aspects of the project by
Right.
a source who I promised not to make his name public, but in any case was very, very helpful, extremely helpful in setting up the whatever was necessary for the how can I say, for the UN part of the project, namely how to write the resolution text, how to write the concept paper text, and so on. So indeed, I have to note one thing. The project states very clearly that ICER and the Kun will provide San Marino with all the amount of support that is needed, both
Wow.
in ufological term as well as in other terms, like the peculiarities of the UN action and so on. So, and this from the start, I mean, we made possible for San Marino to dispose of the know-how of combined know-how of ICER and Kuhn. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm receiving a lot of messages.
No, please, please, please. We all understand this is a big day, so your phone must be exploding right now. So
Exactly.
you are very much forgiven for that.
Exactly.
But I'm gonna try to
And I suggest you, Max, to have an interview also with Roberto Pinotti and also with Gary Hazeltine, the president and vice president of ICER. And
I have had an interview with Gary in the past, but I will most definitely invite him once more.
Yes. I think, I mean, it is important because I told you they are. I mean, I am the ICER national representative for Italy, but Roberto is the president of ICER and Kuhn, and Gary Hazeltine is the vice president of ICER. So
I know,
they should be interviewed also.
but I have invited Mr. Pinotti a couple of times, but I guess he's a very busy man. But I will try again, of course, on this.
Indeed. No, I can confirm. I mean, I know him, and we are very, very in touch. I mean, and I know he's very busy. So
I know,
especially in these days, from now on.
But
I
but
think it's going to be very busy.
I won't give up on Mr. Pinotti. You can be sure of that. Don't worry about it.
Yes,
I think he's very important to have on, and of course, one of
Yes,
the key
definitely.
players in this disclosure in Europe. So what I find so promising on this impending United Nations thing is that, of course, me and many of my colleagues covering the topic for the last year or 2 years, we come from all different kind of nations. All of our nations have these stories, right? We have our encounters. Some of them are actually very high profile. Even in my country, we have military witness encounters. There are many things going on. And every country has a couple of those events and stories. Now, as you said, it's very dispersed. You know, there's nothing centralized, especially not in Europe. America is a big country. You know, it's easier because it's one nation. You can line up events, but I live about say an hour drive of my neighbor Germany, and about an hour drive of my neighbor Belgium, and nobody talks about each other's events. And the problem is we speak other languages, we have other cultures, and sometimes we're just downright hostile towards each other. But now, look, if I think about my colleague in Germany, he's also involved with ICER. And
Robert Fleischer.
Robert Fleischer. I have a Belgian friend. He's a scientist, Jonathan Berthy. You know, he's working very hard on a lot of stuff.
I know him.
You know Jonathan? Yeah.
Yes, yes.
I think I even connected you guys. But
no, it was actually Lou who connected me with him. Actually,
oh well, that
was Lou.
Okay, yeah. But the great thing about these people is they exist. But the great thing would be that if we have like all these people from other nations who are so tirelessly interested, you know, pile up their knowledge and all of these pretty much, you know, well-known accounts can be put together. And for example, we had like the wave of the triangles in the late 70s, early 80s. You know, we had them in Belgium, but we had them in Holland too. We had them in Germany. Now, it's so frustrating to me covering this that I see all of this. I talk to all of you, but you know, we should like combine forces and you know, and this would be the greatest gain, I guess.
You know what, Max? I really hope that ICER could fulfill this role. I mean, of course, we are still in our infancy, so we are still. How can I say? Of course, listen. I'm just the national representative for Italy. Roberto and Gary can tell you much more on this. But in any case, it is my wish also that ICER, in its evolution, really can become, how can I say, an aggregation center for.
We call it in Holland. We have a saying for that: the umbrella.
Yes.
For everyone.
Yes. Yes. So if you want, you can call it something overarching, so to speak.
Yeah.
I mean, and I really wish that ICER could become, with time, of course, a sort of aggregation center for the communication for anything concerning UFO or UAP, as you like it. And one of this, maybe the most important thing of aspect of this could be the creation of a sort of centralized repository for UFO sighting data. Sighting, but not only sighting, I mean also research and so on. So this is my wish.
Now I'm coming through. I want to ask you about the elephant in the room. If we if we are going to engage the United Nations, of course, all of us, we are submitting FOIA requests or the equivalent of a FOIA request in our countries. Now, NATO and the United Nations, there must be secret files, as of course in the United States now, Congress. They have to share it with the general public if it's not going to be damaging to national security. But is this one of the goals to, you know, make things transparent in the for every European to see what the hell was encountered throughout the decades in the whole of Europe?
Well, speaking at the European level. There are some things also that, I mean, I was considering. For instance, now I'm just speaking a bit. I'm just freewheeling, so to speak. But I mean, at the European level, there is something that could be done, and I really wish that ICER could make this a reality. The so-called European Citizen Initiative, ECI. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
ECI.
ECI.
I have heard of it.
Citizens, yes, Initiative. That's a it's a direct democracy instrument which the European Union gives to its citizens, whereby you can act directly over the European Commission. European Commission. Just a moment.
For sure, for sure. I understand completely. So my
Mm-hmm.
next my
Okay.
my, my next
So
question.
sorry. No, no. I just was reading a message.
No,
No,
for
Max. I
sure.
just wanted to say that it's my wish that, of course, I cannot speak for ICER, but I mean, I really wish that ICER, with time, will make it possible to use this ECI to promote the adoption of a specific legislation on UAP and on UAP research in the European Union.
Yes.
Again,
So
this is my wish, and now I'm just freewheeling. But this is something which is important because I mean, this is important because it's making use of a direct democracy instrument that the European Union makes available.
so would the ICER ambition be to be maybe adopted as the official European organ to actually, on behalf of the United Nations, research the subject?
Well, no. The United Nations in this case has nothing to do. I mean, but I mean, ICER could be the driving force as being with Project Titan, could be the driving force for an ECI initiative in order to propose the adoption of specific pro-UAP study legislation in the United Nations.
And
I'm sorry. In the European Union.
in the European Union, of course.
European Union, I mean.
Yes. So still a lot of European countries involved with the United Nations are quite hesitant or resistant to even address the subject. My country is one of them. It looks like Italy is one of the few European countries who are actually have a more open attitude towards the subject than other European countries. Especially the northwestern European countries seem to be quite rigid. Um, but is it? What do you think, or how do you think you can, let's say, tenderize them a little bit to the subject?
Good question. I mean, the only way I think it's through the example. When they see that someone else is taking the matter seriously, then I think that this is the only way that could induce a change in them,
I feel,
in
I
my
feel,
opinion.
I feel the northwestern European countries are still quite. They're still really looking at the United States on what they're doing, and
Hmm.
whatever they're doing, they're just going to follow that. So my hopes are for a breakthrough in the USA, which means there's going to be a breakthrough in the whole of the Western world, I guess.
Sorry, just a moment.
No problem, sir. No problem. I'm just going to say hi to my audience in the meanwhile. Hello, guys. It's been a while. Thank you for
Okay.
jumping on. Oh,
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Max, but I mean, I'm bombarded with the messages. Yes, please, again, your question?
my question or my observation was that the most of the Western European countries are looking at the USA, and they are basically following whatever is going on there. And of
This
course,
should
there's
help. This should help. And
this should
this
help.
is
Yeah.
what was I was saying before. When they see that someone else is taking this seriously, then maybe not immediately, but after some time, they I think they should be induced to change their position. I mean, because when they see that in the US something is really changing, I think that they should be, how can I say, this could be a good something that could convince them to change their position.
Yeah, definitely. Mr. Guizzardi, I think you should attend all of your messages. So I'm just going to give you a big thank you for be willing to spontaneously jump on and share with us this new great moment. And well, I guess we're all gonna celebrate a little bit. So I guess you're not gonna have a lot of sleep tonight. So I'm gonna just leave you to it. So on behalf of my audience, I want to thank you dearly, and well, I think stuff is going to be like a domino effect from now on. After
I hope so.
And well, thank you very much for your huge breakthrough and your tireless effort on getting this done. So thank you, sir, and enjoy it. And well, we're excited for all of it.
Thank you, Max. It was a pleasure to share this moment with you, and hope that we will share many positive moments in the future.
Well, I hope so too. And well, basically, we on behalf of everyone, we can't wait.
Okay.
So, on that note, buonasera. Say good night to San Marino.
Okay.
All right. Bye bye, sir.
Bye bye. And thanks for having me.
Anytime.